A rivalry ignited, setting the stage for an instant classic, Atlanta, Georgia, Sanford Stadium. The air was thick with anticipation. It was the annual clash between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. This rivalry, steeped in history and tradition, always delivered a spectacle. But nobody could have predicted the roller coaster ride that was about to unfold on this crisp November night. The Bulldogs, ranked number 7 in the nation, entered the game as heavy favorites. They were led by their star quarterback Carson Beck and a stifling defense. On the other side, the Yellow Jackets, underdogs in their own house, were hungry for an upset. They had a secret weapon in their dual-threat quarterback, Haynes King. The stage was set for an epic showdown. The crowd roared as the game kicked off. The energy was electric. Both teams were ready to leave it all on the field. Little did they know they were about to etch their names into college football history. Dogs on the ropes, Georgia Tech's first half dominance. The first half belonged to the Yellow Jackets. They came out firing on all cylinders. Haynes King was unstoppable. He carved up the Bulldogs' defense with his arm and his legs. Touchdown after touchdown, Georgia Tech built a commanding lead. Georgia, meanwhile, looked out of sync. Their offense sputtered. Their defense was caught off guard by Georgia Tech's offensive onslaught. The Bulldogs were in uncharted territory. A 17-point deficit stared them in the face as they headed into halftime. The Georgia faithful, accustomed to dominance, were stunned into silence. Doubts began to creep in. Was this the night the upset would happen? Could Georgia Tech pull off the unthinkable? Cardiac comeback. The Bulldogs claw their way back. The second half began with a sense of urgency for Georgia. They had to dig deep. The Bulldogs came out with renewed purpose. Their defense tightened up, shutting down the Yellow Jackets' attack. And on offense, Carson Beck finally found his rhythm. Slowly but surely, Georgia chipped away at the lead. Touchdown, field goal, touchdown. The momentum had shifted. The crowd roared back to life, sensing a comeback brewing. With just minutes left in the game, Georgia tied the score. The impossible was now a reality. The game was heading to overtime. 8 overtimes of madness, a game for the ages. What followed was the stuff of legends. 8 overtimes, back and forth, momentum swings, missed opportunities, clutch plays. Both teams refused to lose. Haynes King continued his heroic performance for Georgia Tech, putting the team on his back time and time again. But it was a freshman running back for Georgia, Nate Frazier, who would become the unlikely hero. In the 8th overtime, Frazier took a handoff and plunged into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. The Georgia sideline erupted. The Bulldogs had completed the epic comeback. Final score, Georgia 44, Georgia Tech 42, 8 overtimes. A game for the ages. The win extended Georgia's home winning streak to 31 games and their dominance over Georgia Tech to 7 straight victories. More importantly, it kept their playoff hopes alive. But on this night, the real story was the game itself. A testament to the heart, grit, and determination of both teams. A game that will forever be etched in college football lore.